Hi everyone, Crispin Sanford obviously, Administrate Life group on Facebook. I did one of these for my Facebook, for my whole Facebook page, right? Resolutions people make. I decided to make a manifesto for 2019. And I shared that on my regular Facebook page, but I actually wanted to, there were some more things I wanted to say, but I thought I should bring that to the Administrate Life group. Hey, good to see you, man. This guy, Andre, I met you at Sundance, I think, 2017. I'm sure I've pronounced your name wrong. I love seeing your messages. Good to see you here. So yeah, I really wanted to put forward a message for 2019. I had a lot of notes that I was putting together for what I want to accomplish, my manifesto for the year, right, and beyond. But obviously a manifesto is a declaration, public declaration of policy and aims. And I had said already in my other video, the one I did earlier on my regular Facebook page, that the manifesto I wanted to launch with, to run with for this year, was very simple: competence, right? Competence in my life, competence in the career I want to have, you know. And I think one of the concepts I've used, one of the concepts I discussed with people that I came up with, particularly for this group, right, was making your reality a dream and your dream a reality. A lot of people, even when they're in the industry of choice that they have, they're not necessarily actually really fulfilled in terms of the vision, the dream they had for their career. It means that you know, you don't have to be as far away as, I know for years I was working in marketing, VP of marketing at a marketing firm in the financial industry, getting a lot of experience, a lot of know-how, and then I moved on from there. But I also am building my own company with regards to consulting, giving marketing from my own business, helping people to get organized, end-to-end marketing, organization within their businesses. But also my ultimate ambition is in filmmaking, right? And I've gone on such a long journey working with agents, managers, producers, working at studios, working at Steven Spielberg's company, Amblin, and DreamWorks. Working for Academy Award winning producer who used to run a studio, has his own production deal at Universal. But you know, all of that is geared towards what I believe my journey was to really be a maker of great films, a competent maker of the films I want to make. You know, I got invited to make films, you know, right when I got out here, soon after I got out here in '93. I was working in one of the studios. I worked at Paramount, I think, in '94. And guy was making a credit card movie while he worked at Paramount. And I read the script, and I could have been heavily involved, but it just was not my kind of thing. But, you know, so the goal has been, as I said, for this manifesto, for this year, competence. That's the goal for this year and beyond. But that's what I've been seeking on the journey to get to where I am now, right? And it's for me, it all kind of has coalesced. Competence, that's the mission. That's the unifying factor in everything that I've done. That's that one thing, whether I'm working in a marketing company, whether I'm working for an agent or a manager or a producer or a production office coordinator on a movie, on a Lionsgate film, whatever it is, or temping, right? It's a demonstration of competence. That's why I got hired at Warner Brothers full-time. That's why I got hired at the management company full-time. It's because I demonstrated competence. They wanted to take me from temp to perm, a permanent position, and I learned so much, you know, at Warner Brothers Studios, at the management company, 3 Arts Entertainment, and I've always been able to get organized, to get on top of a job, and that's part of what I'm sharing with this group, right? So, but I was listening to Gary Vaynerchuk, and he had a video, a manifesto that he'd released. I think it was probably, there's been a couple of videos. Last year, there was another video that he put out, a call to people, I think it was about 6 years ago. And it was listening to that I realized, yeah, you know, I've really got to solidify the message of this group, right? Of how I want to help you, of what I want to see from you guys in this group. And so the particular thing that he talked about was that there's oppositions, right? You've got to have these different oppositions going on in your life and live with that. And it hit me. I was like, well, I'm working with people. I put together this whole workshop. I'm even doing a simpler version, but it has to do with that position that I've taken, where I want to help people make their reality a dream and their dream a reality, right? Whatever you're doing now, you know, this job, the department you're in, the project you're working on, you've got to do everything to be the best you can be in that, right? Fulfill that job. Take all the steps. Like I have all these steps that, you know, are a part of my core messaging, right? It's being organized. It's being true to yourself, you know, bringing yourself to your job, but also making sure that you're doing the work to fulfill your dream, right? Establishing best practices in the job that you have now, but also what's going to be required of you to fulfill your dream. That's why I work at a marketing company in the financial industry. That's why I worked for agents. That's why I worked for producers. That's why I worked in cable, for E-entertainment television and MTV and VH1. That's why I worked. That's why I wanted to work at a temp company doing various different jobs, as well as working on films, in commercials. All of the work I've done has all been about understanding what's going to be required of me to ultimately make great films, right? And then the other major pillar, right, is targeted marketing and business development. That's a lot of what I've recently learned in my last position, and really stepped it up to a next level in terms of my understanding and my competence with regards to that, right? So in these areas, organization, being organized, being true to yourself, establishing best practices, understanding and being able to use targeted marketing and business development, right, for new business, for recovering people, in these areas, doing that in both the current job you have, your reality, the current life you have, and then the dream you want to live, right? The dream you want to make a reality, that ambition. But I believe the way to achieve ultimate success is by living both of those at once, right? Living in opposition, as Gary Vaynerchuk talks about. Living in opposition. And I say that, where's my note on it? I say that, okay, here we go. So when you live with the tension between those two full effort pushes, and when you live with the opposition that exists by living those two things, I believe that you'll bring a discipline to the way you live your life, and you'll bring you'll get fed, right? Pursuing your dream and what's required to make that reality will help you do better at making your reality a better place to live in. And when you're working on making your business, your work, that the best it can be, that's going to help feed how you're going to make your dream a reality, how you're going to accomplish that, right? Reconciling the tension and opposition between pursuing your own goals and visions, but then I have a child and I have a wife. I've got to fulfill their needs. I've got to spend time with them. I've got to make sure that they're happy. Otherwise, you know, just pursuing my own dreams, I might fulfill those, but it won't be a fully fulfilling life if I don't include them and if I don't put time in sharing with them, spending time helping them achieve their goals, helping do things with them. I wanted to make this the video that I posted, that I did, the live video I did on Facebook earlier on today, but you know, my wife was like, oh, there's the local hill, there's been a lot of snow here in Utah, let's go skiing. I'm like, let's go skiing. You know, we made an effort, we went out there, I did that. Didn't actually end up spending very long at all before coming back and then getting back to the work on this. So, but again, that's living with oppositions. Doing what you need to do yourself, but also doing what your family needs you to do. There's a couple of other things I wanted to say, right? So in the last job that I had, I learned a lot about lead development, lead creation, mainly lead development, making hot prospects, closing hot prospects, doing deals with people. But there was always more that I wanted to bring. One of the reasons why I moved on from that was because it wasn't entirely being received. I'd obviously been promoted to being to vice president. You know, I doubled the gross income of my division. Actually, when I started, I put my position as director of business development. They didn't even have a business development division there. Hey, baby. They didn't even have a business development area there when I started. But not only did I do well at it, say hi, baby. Hi. No, this is my daughter Elizabeth. Not only did I do well in that area, in my job, in my responsibilities, but I expanded it to the point where I was made vice president of the entire division that I helped put there, right? Business development. My old boss will tell you, he'll tell you that there wasn't business development there, but there was when I left. By the time I left, and there was a point at which I'd really gotten everything aligned, but I was bringing more stuff to it than was being welcomed. So, this, for example, right? In lead creation, I mainly did lead development, but in lead creation, I've identified 5 stages, right? So there's establish interest with people, attract attention.
Daddy, I want a Band-Aid.
You want a Band-Aid? Okay, I can get you a Band-Aid, not right now. Mummy can get you a Band-Aid right now if you'd like.
But I can't make a Band-Aid.
Well, there's one upstairs. You can ask Mummy. She could get one for you.
Maybe I'll make it.
Or I can come up later in like maybe 10 minutes.
Daddy, wake him up.
Well, so establish interest, attract attention, promote your purposes, right? Further establish mutual interest, and then gather more information for PR purposes. That's, your public activities, public information you provide, some of the materials I put, for instance, on this group is some of that public information, and also sharing public successes, things that ways I've succeeded. I want to hear ways in which you're succeeding in making your reality a dream and making your dream a reality. That's a part of us building a community and sharing, and not only being about me or what I want or what I'm accomplishing. I don't want you just feeding me, right? Or hearing my message. I want us to be a team, a community. I want to hear your message. I want to hear what you do, what you accomplish. In keeping with that, right, I put together this material that I share with you guys. That's my pen. No, I'm keeping it. It's my pen, right? Not only I'm documenting this to share this with you, but this is stuff I've already learned, right? This is stuff I've figured out. This is stuff that I've adapted from my position in my old company, and then now where I'm deciding to make it possible for me to help you guys. Come through. Right, then that's going to help me. That's going to help me go to the next level, and that's a part of that reconciliation of those two oppositions, right? Those two opposites. Not only am I working on reconciling the knowledge that I have, that I've gathered over the years, to be able to bring to you what I've learned, right, and build a business doing that. Right, because that's part of the next level. Excuse me, I'm just going to close the door. Right, that's part of what I'm talking about. That's partly what I'm talking about as the next level. Right, that you can accomplish. Because, I left that company, my last company, where I was in a position to build my own business in relationship to marketing, in relationship to being able to... it was a small business, and I learned, I feel, a great deal to enable me to accomplish building my own small business, right? And I think that's true of you guys. If you already own your business, fantastic. It's not necessarily the dream though. And I want you to put efforts on making this business the best it can be, as well as looking at the dream, the thing that ultimately the dream you want to realize, and how you're going to make that a reality. Live them both, and then when they're reconciled, you should be a true entrepreneur, having turned over responsibilities for the business that you've created, while you're spending all of your time, or most of your time, you might still want to do some of the work in that business that you've now created and turned over, while you fully are immersed in that dream, in living that dream, making your living, being viable, accomplishing the thing that you've always dreamed of doing with your life. For instance, for me, making films, making great films, but still having the business for marketing, for organization, for consulting. That would still be running. I'd be basically getting passive income, or I'd be doing speaking for it, or I might have a mastermind group who I still work with, individuals, but ultimately pulling in teams, probably over a period of twice a year. That's still, I would still be doing that probably. But I think pursuing both of those things, I know I'm kind of reiterating the principle of this manifesto for 2019 and beyond, by saying, by restating accomplishing the dream, making the reality a dream in the business you're in, making the dream a reality in the business you want to be in, and the reconciliation of those, living in the tension of those, living with the opposition of those, as well as in other areas of your life. Doing all that is going to help you fulfill both of them, and be in a position of such control over your life, such control of making your dreams, your ideas a reality, that you're then in a position to level up to where you turn over responsibility of the business to a team, and you're able to fully immerse yourself in the dream being a reality. I also wanted to share my poem that I think really signifies the mission I'm on, or the mission I ask you to get on, right? As a person, as a not just you, this lifetime, this identity, but you in your quest for going beyond that, right? Immortality, a life beyond your life, and being more concerned with you as a spiritual being, and doing those things that fulfill you deep within your soul, right? This poem, I believe, speaks to that, right? I think it speaks also to having the courage of your convictions and living courageously to truly fulfill that dream you have within you. How do you make that dream viable? How do you make it so that that dream is what happens? That's what's fulfilled. And you're viable. You're not like seeing somebody down the road a couple of years and you've had a certain level of success, but it's not truly what you were fighting for, and truly in your soul of souls pursuing, when you're inspired to make that dream a reality, right? And you meet somebody and you lord over them a certain amount of your success, but it's not the true victory that you wanted, right? Those people you said, I'm going to show them, they're going to see, well, if you don't really fulfill your dream, then they're not going to see, right? And you're going to feel like, you're going to feel the one that lost. There's the story of the evil eye, right? Where if you wear the evil eye and people see it, they believe that you're being true to that, and that you're seeing their weaknesses and their failings. And in battle, they'll look at that eye, and realize that they're not true to themselves, and it helps you win the battle. But also wearing that, you've got to remain true to yourself, or they're fighting strong, they look at that eye and they know that they're in the fight, they're being true to themselves, they're being true to the truth, to spirit, and they defeat you because you're the one that realizes you're weak, you've had the failings, right? So in keeping with that, I want to share this poem, because poetry is a part of my life, right? I've written a lot of poetry. And that's a part of that reconciling those two worlds, right? I pursue business competence, but also I pursue art, right? So this is a part of my identity and who I am. If I'm not sharing that art, that aesthetics within my work, within my job, I'm not going to be happy. And so I want to share this with you because I think it's very powerful, and you'll get it. And again, this is the sort of thing that will resonate with people. And again, I'm pursuing that community, that team, that group. Seth Godin talks about finding people like us do things like this, right? And building that community.
Daddy, I want to wipe it.
All right, baby. I'll be 1 second, and then I'll do this poem. Stick with me. I'll be right back. Here you go, baby. The beauties of live television. Oh, no. Put it up. The beauties of live television, everybody. So, all right, here it is. So this is William Blake. Thank you for waiting. Hopefully you're taking notes and working on your own notes, what you have to say. So, here, baby. So, if we fear to do the dictates of our angels, and tremble at the tasks set before us, if we refuse to do spiritual acts because of natural fears and natural desires, who can describe the dismal torments of such a state? So that's be fulfilled, live the dream, make your vision a reality, or live the dismal torments of living in natural fears, of pursuing superficial natural desires. So with that William Blake poem, with my principles shared, right, those pillars of this group, getting organized, remaining true to yourself, establishing best practices, developing targeted marketing and business, and also business development strategies. That's your new groups, your recovering old groups, building a community, providing education and training, a lot of that stuff for free, giving it to your community, giving it to people who can benefit from it, but in doing so demonstrating a certain level of competence. And when it comes to actually the services that you provide for fees, people are a lot more willing to do that once you've demonstrated your competence and also developed and built trust because of what you've provided, because of the person you are and the sort of person people want to work with, right? There's actually another thing I wanted to go look at. So I know I'm here to help make sure you are pursuing your dream, your goal. I want to make sure that you see that the work I've already done and things I've already done in my life and career have helped me be in a position to help you do that and do that for myself. And also with a lot of the materials I share to help you get, follow these pillars of this activity, of this group. Hopefully you can see how those things will help you. And then, I just want to I'm providing these things for you. I'm telling you what I learned, telling you what I know, in order to make sure you have those tools that I can share, that I can give you, to actually accomplish the goal and the dream. And then I think you will be happier knowing that you don't have to give up the life you've created of what you've already done to pursue your dream. But you do have to step up. You do have to do the work to make it possible to make that dream a reality while you continue living the life you're living, right? It's hard work. It's not necessarily easy. But it can be done, right? That's what I'm really trying to tell you in this video. This is the message I want to share with you all in this and for time forward to come, right? This stuff is going to be on YouTube as well as Facebook. This particular video anyway, and that's something I want to share. That's me putting forward my conviction, right? and then I've got to live up to it or not. I've started out, I've taken a big leap of faith into, you know, just going for making my dream a reality. And, you know, but still, I'm still working. I'm at my daughter's school. Even though I left the position at the marketing firm, I still am working again, but it's reconciling the life I have now, and being engaged, and doing the things that are part of making the dream a reality. So guys, I really appreciate the time you've spent watching this. If you come back to it, thank you. If you see this in the future, thank you. I really want to be of value, I want to be of service, and I want all the work that I've been doing to be realized by me, by you, by this community that we're building. Alright guys, I'm gonna stand up a second. I'm just gonna end this video. You got to meet my daughter Elizabeth, and again, that's rolling with the punches, right? That's living the life you're living now, and managing it to the point where you continue to do the things you want to do, but live the current life you have, and manage it to continue and help you move forward anyway, to accomplish your dream anyway. Otherwise, you know, what's the point, right? What's the point? If you're mad now and mad interruptions, you're never going to have the mind and mindset to actually accomplish and realize the dream anyway. So, all right, guys, perfect. I'll see you in the future and wish you all the best. Have a fantastic 2019, and I want it for you too. Competence this year. Competence. That's the way to go. This is my world tour for the year. Is the year of competence, right? The Crispin Sanford Competence World Tour. At least that's what I was saying in my last video. And I kind of like the idea of it. All right, guys. Bye.